Welcome in, Bluegrass Sports Nation, bringing you the coverage of the 2025 KHSAA UK Healthcare Boys Basketball Sweet 16 action here from Rupp Arena. Live from Lexington, David Kyle Abner and myself will be bringing you the action between the North Laurel Jaguars and your Breathitt County Bobcats. David Kyle, what an atmosphere here for these young guys to come into Rupp Arena and have the spectacle all about them.
Oh, this is what you dream of. This is what, when you're a young kid, a lot of these coaches, they want to introduce, this is where you want to finish your career at. This is where you want to play your last game at your Rupp Arena. Both these teams, the Breathitt County Bobcats, North Laurel Jaguars, they're both here. And the one thing about it they get a chance to do is now, what's better than playing one game at Rupp Arena?
Yeah.
2 games at Rupp Arena.
Let's punch another ticket.
Exactly.
Let's punch another ticket.
Trying to chase that dream. And that's the beautiful thing about Kentucky basketball in high school is there's only one state champion. There's no other state in the union that does, in the United States that does that. And right here in Kentucky, that's why Kentucky basketball Sweet 16, what I think is the greatest sporting event in the world.
Nobody does it quite like Kentucky when it comes to high school basketball, and that's why we call it the Sweet 16. That's what makes it so special. And a group of special guys out on the floor with these two teams. I'm sure both of these teams feel like they have a great opportunity here this morning. The first round here on the second day of action here in the Sweet 16. Both of these teams coming in with a lot of experience. Both of these teams, maybe later in the season, starting to come to their own, especially with Breathitt County getting healthy, making those runs, through the regional tournament and getting here. But, of course, North Laurel. You look at the KHSAA RPI ratings, and some people may say the Jaguars were flying under the radar. But then just take a look at the schedule. Take a look at the people that they've played and the win-loss margins. And it doesn't take long to see how their schedule throughout the season has prepared them to get to this spectacle here at Rupp Arena.
Oh, absolutely. You look at the North Laurel Jaguars, coached by Nate Valentine, one of the best coaches in the state of Kentucky.
Yep.
He, just had the run with Reed Shepherd a couple years ago, made 2 trips to state tournament then. Now back. This team's a little bit younger. A lot of people kind of expect them to be the favorites from 13th next year, but they went ahead and kicked down the door. And you got a lot of juniors. This is a junior full team. A lot of juniors. One senior going to be starting. So North Laurel really looking a promising future for this group of kids coming up. And you look at the Bobcats, majority seniors, senior heavy team. Really put it together towards the end of the season. Probably the last 2-3 weeks.
Yeah.
Looked as good as anybody in the region and proved that, they got to the region championship with their 2 out of 3 years region champions.
The pregame interviews are over. Both teams out on the court warming up. Folks, we will be here looking right at you on camera during the pregame and the halftime breaks and postgame sessions. During the game, we do have to switch off the coverage from mine and David Kyle's wonderful faces here on the screen. KHSAA has even updated the rules this morning to say that we cannot even have coverage of announcers. Maybe somebody was taking advantage of some rules there yesterday or during the girls' games, but we can't even have our beautiful mugs up on the screen. So we'll be with you through the whole game announcing it audio, but as soon as we get to live coverage, we will click off the screen and go to our BSN logo. We talk about the pregame interviews being over. I think Coach Jeff Honeycutt said it best this week. North Laurel, any team at this point that's playing Breathitt County is going to focus in on one gentleman. You got to shut down number 14. If you don't find a way to stop Austin Sperry from getting to the basket, it's going to be a long day for you. And I think he said it best. Austin's going to get double, triple teamed. Somebody else on the court has got to have a big night. And we talked about this even in the region tournament. Somebody else has got to have a big night other than Braxton Terry, other than Austin Sperry. Maybe it's a Kanan Gross. Maybe it's a Peyton Collins. Maybe it's an Aaron Stallard or a Joe Honeycutt. But whatever the Bobcats need to do, they need to look down the bench and make sure everybody's ready. I know they're primed. They've had a great week. It's a long drought in between, and we've not seen that in past years. It's a long drought between the regional tournament and the Sweet 16.
Both teams, it's been 17 days since both teams have suited up and played a game. So it's kind of a little bit rusty. I know in one interview, Coach Valentine at North Laurel talked about how they treated the past 2 weeks kind of like preseason, getting ready for your first game this season, which with that amount of time, you really can do that. So it's interesting to see how both teams are going to come out after that long stretch of not playing.
Yeah, very interesting to see who shakes off the jitters first. Big time atmosphere. It doesn't get any better than the 2025 KHSAA UK Healthcare Boys Basketball Sweet 16. We want to say special thanks to our sponsors here today. You'll see them on the top left-hand corner of your screen. Thanks to Breathitt Funeral Home, we'll be sponsoring our three-point baskets here today. And special thanks to Citizens Bank and Trust. They'll be sponsoring your player of the game here at the closure of this first game from Rupp Arena. We're going to take a quick break. We got about 7 minutes and 30 seconds on the clock before tip-off here in the 11 a.m. session. And we'll be back after this message on Bluegrass Sports Nation.
Since 1962, Citizens Bank and Trust of Jackson has been proud to serve the community. They care about the people of Breathitt County and are the only locally owned bank in the community. With 2 branches in Jackson and 1 in Beattyville, they're never too far away when you need them. And with the latest innovations in banking, keeping track of your finances has never been easier. Helping to grow Breathitt County as leaders for over 60 years. That's Citizens Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
At Hazard Community and Technical College, you are more than just a number. With our low faculty to student ratio, you'll get the personal attention and support you need to succeed. Our dedicated faculty is here to guide you every step of the way, helping you reach your goals in a community that cares. Choose HCTC. We'll never underestimate you. Call us at 606-487-3293 to learn more.
Over 100 years, Buckhorn Children and Family Services has been changing lives across Kentucky, providing compassionate care, healing, and hope to families in need. From addiction treatment to foster care, residential treatment, and more, our programs help families and individuals build strong, healthy futures. Whether it's through evidence-based treatment for children or life-changing support for adults, we're answering God's call to make a lasting impact. Join us in changing lives and restoring hope. Please visit buckhorn.org or send your support to Buckhorn Children and Family Services in Buckhorn, Kentucky. Together, we can build strong, thriving families.
What keeps you going? Your love for the game? Your teammates? A victory? At ARH Orthopedics, our goal is to keep you pain-free so your body can keep going. There's no time for discomfort in your joints or ligaments caused by an injury. ARH Orthopedic providers specialize in treatment plans, from non-surgical and surgical options, so your care is entirely centered around you. Visit arh.org/ortho to find an orthopedic provider near you. ARH, more for Appalachia.
All right, folks, we are back from Rupp Arena. Got about 4 minutes and 20 seconds on the clock before we tip things off here in the 11 a.m. session. First matchup of the day features your Breathitt County Bobcats and the North Laurel Jaguars. The North Laurel Jaguars coming in here at 22-10. If you take a look at their schedule real quick, they are stacked. They have played a lot of tough games. Much like the 14th region with Breathitt County coming out of the region, of course, against Hazard. We've talked about that matchup. Everybody that follows us on Bluegrass Sports Nation and follows the 14th region knows how big that game was, and every matchup that they played throughout the season. The 14th region also boasted a lot of good games early on in the tournament, a lot of good matchups, but here today, the Bobcats, their foe in front of them is the North Laurel Jaguars. It's been a long time since 13 and 14 have matched up, too. You start looking back through history.
2018, last time the Estill County Engineers and Corbin Redhounds.
Yep.
So, and Corbin come out victorious then. Now you got the Bobcats and Jaguars matching up one more time. A mountain matchup, you know, kind of a lot of crowds filling up here around the arena right now. And they just, you can hear the horn. People start to get ready for the national anthem. You can see kids, hopefully the jitters are gone. It's go time.
Yeah, kind of nice to see two mountain teams, if you will. And we get things rearranged here. I think we're going to lose Matt Hudson on the broadcast team shortly. Hopefully our stream deck stays up here. We'll keep an eye on that. We get ready for National Anthem. We'll cut away to another commercial. We got about 2 minutes here before we go. We will be right back after the National Anthem and be ready to tip things off here shortly on Bluegrass Sports Nation.
Since 1962, Citizens Bank and Trust of Jackson has been proud to serve the community. They care about the people of Breathitt County and are the only locally owned bank in the community. With 2 branches in Jackson and 1 in Beattyville, they're never too far away when you need them. And with the latest innovations in banking, keeping track of your finances has never been easier. Helping to grow Breathitt County as leaders for over 60 years. That's Citizens Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Jackson Electric and Plumbing Supply in Jackson, Kentucky is proud to serve Breathitt, Lee, Wolf, Morgan, Owsley, Perry, and Madison counties. Established in 1982 with over 40 years of service to those communities, Jackson Electric and Plumbing Supply can not only meet your electric and plumbing needs, but also heating and cooling, concrete and metal septic tanks, as well as your special orders. Call Scott and the gang today at 606-666-4052.
Come see us at Jackson Medical Clinic Family Healthcare in Jackson for all your medical needs. Now also offering behavioral healthcare services. The clinic is open 7 days a week and will have new extended hours of operation beginning on January 1st, 2024. Hours of operation will be from 7 a.m. to 8 p.m. Monday through Thursday, and 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. Saturday and Sunday. With a hometown atmosphere, come let our family take care of yours.
Appalachia's #1 motorsports dealer since 2007, YPK Motorsports is excited to help you experience the fun.
All right, folks, we are back here on Bluegrass Sports Nation, getting ready to bring you the starting lineups. Pre-game is over. 8 minutes on the clock for the first quarter here in the first matchup between the Jaguars and the Bobcats. Breathitt County coming in proud down to our right. Fans packing in. North Laurel scattered out. Going to be a big one, David Kyle.
Oh, this is big time. The lights are down. They get ready to introduce starting lineups. You know, like I said, all the butterflies. This is all you work for, and now it's here.
We try to get things ready to go here on Bluegrass Sports Nation. Trying to work through some issues here. The first time I've been running the board, so you guys bear with me. We'll get through this here as we get ready for our starting lineups here on Bluegrass Sports Nation. We're going to get ready for our starting lineups. Coming out first for Breathitt County, number 11, Peyton Collins.
Peyton, a sharpshooter for the Bobcats.
A 6'1" sophomore, number 1, Cooper.
Number 1 for North Laurel, Cooper Ilza.
Ilza averaging 6.6 points a game.
6'1", 12, Braxton.
Now for the Bobcats, Braxton Beefy Terry, the senior, one of the prolific stars here for this Bobcat team.
Number 2, Jordan.
Number 2 for the Jaguars, Jordan Rawlings.
Bobcats will have to keep an eye on Rollins for North Laurel. He's a really good shooter, averaging 2.5 threes a game.
The man from Breathitt County that needs no introduction across the state, number 14, Austin Sperry.
School's all-time leading scorer.
Number 21, Cole Jervis.
Coming up next for the Jaguars, Cole Jervis. Jervis 21.
Jervis also a good three-point shooter for the Jaguars.
Big man in the middle, number 20 for the Bobcats, another senior, Kanan Gross.
Number 30, Rick Davidson.
And a star for North Laurel. Everybody knows this guy's name and number 30, Reese Davidson.
Reese averaging almost double-double game. 23 and 9.4.
Following up for the Bobcats, last but not least, number 23, Joe Honeycutt. And number 34 for the Jaguars, R.J. Noble. There's your starting lineups for the two teams as we get things ready to go here from Rupp Arena in this matchup.
For the Bobcats, Spurrier's getting ready to tip it up. Still waiting on the Jaguars to break the huddle.
All right, folks, we will go off the screen, and we are ready for action here live from Rupp Arena, audio only, with all the rules and restrictions going on from KHSAA in this broadcast. We will be audio only, but we'll be back with you during the halftime session. Coach Honeycutt and the Bobcats down to our right. We're ready to tip this one off from the middle of the UK logo in Rupp Arena. Bobcats and the Jaguars trying to punch a ticket into the second round.
Bobcats right now will be tipping off. They'll be hitting. Their goal is going to be going, if you're looking at the radio dial, from right to left. Grace Davidson going to tip it off for the Jaguars.
Davidson,
every bit of
guy,
6'6", every bit of 6'6", 6'7".
Big guy. Junior. Austin Sperry matched up with him. Here's the tip. It goes back to Terry. Gross will hand it off to Sperry, and he'll bring it across the timeline for the Bobcats to get things started.
North Laurel going to open up man-to-man.
Sperry working past the screen of Gross in the lane, drives under for the layup and do it for Austin Sperry. First points of the night for Sperry.
Exactly the start you'd like for the Bobcats.
Yep.
Sperry's first shot's good.
Davidson with it out front for the Jaguars now. He'll go in the lane against Gross, trying to feel things out. He goes to the basket, and his first shot is good for Davidson.
Davidson caught the ball at the elbow, hits a quick first step, gets the goal. Easy layup for the Jaguars, 2-2.
Sperry across midcourt. Coop Elza in front of him. Sperry gets past, loses the ball. Davidson comes up with it. Behind the back dribble past Honeycutt in the lane. Dishes it off underneath. Shot is up. Blocked by Sperry. Tipped back out. And the Jaguars come up with it. That shot was put up by Noble.
Jervis Cole with the ball passing off to Davidson.
So Davidson back over here to Elza now. Back out front. 3-point shot by Rawlings. Off the rim. No good. Rebound pulled down by Sperry. Austin Sperry will bring the ball up for the Bobcats. We'll see how they get set to run an offense. The last two possessions been really quick. We'll see how they set this one up. Gross looking inside, comes back out to Terry now on the right wing. He's got Davidson in front of him. He makes the move to the basket. He drives, goes up, one-handed shot off the glass. No good. Got his own rebound. Back up, and we got a jump ball called as Davidson tied Terry up under the basket. Probably the biggest athlete that Terry has faced underneath the basket as far as height this season.
Yeah.
Not afraid to go to the hoop, though. He went to the rack that time.
No, he went right into him. Davidson, 6'6", 6'7", moves well, good athlete.
Elza now passes it over to Noble. Now comes back out to Davidson, courtesy of Rawlings. Shot up for Davidson, and it is good.
Davidson pulled up at the free throw line there with the little jumper. You know, just his size, he can jump over top and kind of see.
North Laurel with a 4-2 lead. Davidson with all 4 points for the Jaguars. Sperry facing the pressure in the backcourt. Taken away by Elza. Ball down on the baseline. Kicked back out. Shot is up. 3-pointer no good. Put up by Rawlings. And Sperry will bring it out of there. Shot was up by Cole Jervis.
Elza really applying pressure defense on Sperry, trying to get him to give it up.
Not going to let him sit over in the corner and take a look. Collins with it now in the lane. Drives, goes up. Shot off the back glass, no good. Off front of the rim. And here comes Jervis with it for the Jaguars. Kicks it over in the corner to Elza. Shot no good. Another three in and out for the Jaguars. Collins handles the rebound, brings it back down the court for the Bobcats. He'll set things up.
Got to be careful with the 5-second count. Just broke it.
Jervis on him. Terry over to Honeycutt. Open for three. Looks good, and it is for Joe Honeycutt.
Breathitt winner home three for Joe Honeycutt.
Wow, what a shot. Nice find by Terry. Joe was wide open.
And that was a good 2 foot behind the college 3-point line.
Showing what he can do here in Rupp. Jaguars go back to work. And that was Rawlings that lost a handle on it. Jaguars come back up with it now. In the lane, spin. And that was Noble. No good. Got out of there by Terry. Here comes Sperry. working back right to left now. He'll go to work, not set up shop. He'll fire the three from the top of the key, drains it.
Big Breathitt Funeral Home three-pointer there by Austin Spurry gives Breathitt the 8-4 lead.
Spurry down the court, just spotted up at the top of the arc and nailed it. Another shot from Davidson, air ball. No good on the three-point attempt.
Breathitt having a little momentum, pushing the ball up the court with Collins over the Honeycutt. Spurry getting in the lane again, and they're going to call a charge on Spurry.
First foul called here in the game.
Spurry just maybe just a tad out of control there.
His first team first.
8-4 your score. Bobcats up 4. Jaguars inbounding from the baseline. Elza will bring it up the court for North Laurel. Crosses the stripe, hands it off to Noble. Noble now back over to Elza. Inside. Davidson working against Gross. Up to the rim. Tip. No good. Got a rebound. Goes back up. Tipped again. Ball loose. Elza comes up with it. He puts up the little floater, and it's good for North Laurel.
Davidson kept that ball alive for the Jaguars and got it there to where the Jaguars could have scored.
He's just right there at the rim, man. He's such a big athlete for North Laurel.
It's really long. Yeah, and they got it. You know, the Bobcats going to have to box him out and move him to keep him off the glass.
8-6 your score. Bobcats up 2. Collins working against Jervis. Out at top of the key. He'll find Gross. Kanan with it now. He's got Noble in front of him. Bring it back over to Sperry over in the corner. Out next to the midcourt line. Knocked loose.
Splits defenders.
Sperry in the lane. Wow, what a layup. He finds his way to the basket, and the up and under is good right past Davidson.
360 layup here from Sperry on that score. Just takes the contact, absorbs it, goes through on a 360.
Davidson in the lane. He's working against Sperry. He goes up, and Sperry would be called for the block.
And that's going to be a big deal. That's going to be Sperry's second foul.
Davidson in the lane. He got the shot to fall, and he went in hard, and he draws the foul against Sperry, and that'll be 2 fouls against Austin. Subs coming in the game for North Laurel, number 14, Corey Cunningham.
And we're going to have a media timeout.
We'll take a quick timeout with them. We'll be back on Bluegrass Sports Nation after this message.
Variety Pizza, located at 1189 Main Street in Jackson, has been family owned and operated for over 45 years, serving the community with fresh, homemade, and handcrafted pizzas, sandwiches, salads, and more. Carry out or stay and enjoy the newly renovated dining areas with private party spaces available. Stop by and see Lee and Al or call 666-5454 for Variety Pizza. Go Time is a locally owned and operated convenience store that has all your wants and needs in one stop. We have everything from quick snacks and cool drinks, a full-service deli, fresh coffee bar, soft-serve ice cream, and milkshakes. Also, make sure to check out our Little Caesars pizzas. Go Time, where the customer always comes first. Refuel your tank, refill your cup, and refresh your taste buds all in one stop at Go Time.
Have you been injured in an accident or at work? With offices in Salyersville, Hyman, and Jackson, Martin Law Offices is your hometown injury team. Graham Martin, Todd Martin, Cameron Adams, Brad Park, and Lakin Roberts have nearly 100 years of combined legal experience, and they stand ready to help you get the compensation you deserve. Our attorneys have deep roots in our communities. We live, work, and celebrate beside you. So when you get injured, let your neighbors at Martin Law Offices help fight for you. Kentucky law does not certify specialties legal practice.
All right, folks, we are back here from Rupp Arena. 10-8 your score here from Rupp. And Davidson going to the line for the Jaguars.
Davidson going to have a chance to complete the old-fashioned three-point play.
Bobcats with a 2-point lead. Davidson cuts it to 1 point. Davidson with 7 points for Northall out of their 9, 10-9 your score. Spurrier goes back to work. He finds Collins on the pass over on the left wing, looking inside, comes back out. Held up defensively, great defense. Floats it inside to Gross, but the pass taken away by North Laurel. Here comes Elza quickly for the Jaguars down the court, pulls up, hands it back off to Jervis. Now back out front to Davidson. Davidson not afraid to take that three. He's tried one from out there. Passes inside to Cunningham. Cunningham wants to float it, but he'll take the jump shot off the rim. No good. Spurrier with a rebound. Spurrier now playing with 2 fouls. Got his second one right before that TV timeout. Spurrier into the lane. Fade away. Fires the three. No good. Battle for the rebound. Davidson comes down with it.
Spurrier off the bounce third. Well contested shot by North Laurel.
Davidson floats it off the glass for another 2 points. Reese Davidson now with 9 points in this one.
We've got a stoppage. Looks like Spurrier need to tie a shoe.
North Laurel up 11-10 with 1:47 left on the clock. Aaron Stallard coming into the game for Peyton Collins for the Bobcats. So Collins will take a seat. He's taking a few kind words from Coach Honeycutt here, giving him some instructions on what he wants when he goes back in. Stallard brings it up for the Bobcats, crosses the midcourt stripe, working against the defense. Shakes in the lane, loses a handle, finds Terry. Terry on the baseline, driving against Davidson, kicks it back out to Stallard. Shot is up for Stallard, off the rim, no good. Davidson with a rebound. Davidson brings it down the court.
Coast to coast, what he's done a few times.
Kicks it over to Elza. Elza now back out front to Davidson for the three. Shoots another air ball from behind the arc. I'm sure Coach Valentine going to tell him he wants to quit taking that shot right now. He may be a little jitters from the young man. He's taking that shot like he's used to it.
That shot looked a little rushed.
Yep.
And we got a stoppage. Looks like we got a little blood on the player.
That's some blood on Sperry as he will go down to the end of the bench to get that taken care of. Maybe a Band-Aid and wipe it off.
Quick piece of tape.
Yep. Special thanks again to all of our sponsors. Breathitt Funeral Home for sponsoring our 3-pointers here tonight. Well, also thanks to Citizens Bank and Trust.
With the blood, they're going to have to sub in Brantley Campbell to get for Spurrier.
Campbell will come in real quickly for Spurrier on this possession. I'm sure with that next stoppage of play,
we'll see Spurrier
timeout. Yeah, you'll see him back in. Referees looking back at each other. Spurrier's ready. And we got another sub in for North Laurel. That's why we had the stoppage. Young man had to come back in, number 21, Cole. Inbounds from Honeycutt to Terry. Now to Stallard. Stallard running a point for the Bobcats over on the right wing. Working against Elza. In the lane, puts up a shot off the glass. Tipped, no good. Tipped again, no good. And battle for the rebound, and somehow the Jags come out of there with it. Cunningham that time battling with Terry, but Jervis will come back out for the Jaguars.
Jaguars holding the ball up top. You got to think unless they get a good shot, they may hope for one, but Davidson's going to shoot.
Davidson in the lane. Shot was no good, but I think that foul is going to go against Terry. Referee eyeballing him as he comes to the scorer's table. They're going to go against Gross. They'll give it to Kanan Gross, and Davidson will go to the free throw line.
I thought that might have been on the floor, but
I thought so too. And it looked like
it's off the offensive rebound.
Yep. So Davidson will go back to the free throw line. Shot in the air, and it's no good. It rims out. Scores 11-10. North Laurel up 1. 31 seconds on the clock.
Davidson on the season shooting 73.5% from the free throw line. Of course, the Jaguars leading scorer.
Number 2. Cooper Elza coming in for Jordan Rawlings for the Jaguars, and Austin Sperry back into the game for Kanan Gross right now. Shot is up for Davidson, and that one is good.
Going to put the Jaguars up to 12-10.
Now Austin Sperry will walk it across the half-court stripe. With just around 24 seconds left here in the first quarter. Shot over to Stallard, now to Honeycutt. Bobcats going to definitely try to take this last shot as they'll work it around the top of the key. Stallard back to Honeycutt. Honeycutt all the way out to the UK logo here in Rupp Arena. Sperry, double team, comes back out. Good zone defense. Inside to Terry, the dice at the buzzer. Terry with the shot to end the first quarter. And we are tied up 12-12 here at Rupp Arena. Bobcats and the Jaguars. Bluegrass Sports Nation, we'll be right back after this message on BSN.
SEC Auto Sales, located at 1557 Highway 15 South in Jackson, is the fastest growing pre-owned dealership in the area. Whether you're looking for a used or new-to-you vehicle, SEC has you covered. Think you can't get finance? Well, think again. They have the best interest rates available, serving all of Eastern Kentucky. Let them show you an easy buying experience. Come on down and see Jeff, Dwayne, and the rest of the gang. Call 606-272-6888 or visit them online at secautosales.com.
Since 1962, Citizens Bank and Trust of Jackson has been proud to serve the community. They care about the people of Breathitt County and are the only locally owned bank in the community. With 2 branches in Jackson and 1 in Beattyville, they're never too far away when you need them. And with the latest innovations in banking, keeping track of your finances has never been easier. Helping to grow Breathitt County as leaders for over 60 years. That's Citizens Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Service at an affordable price.
All right, folks, we are back. Bluegrass Sports Nation bringing you this 11 a.m. session here on the second day of the UK Healthcare Boys Basketball Sweet 16. The Bobcats and the Jaguars tied at 12 as we start the second quarter. Bobcats with the ball down to our left. Sperry working inside. He'll come over to Campbell. Campbell going to drive in the lane, stops, dishes inside to Terry. He'll kick it back out top to Austin Sperry. Gets a screen from Campbell. Goes by him, working in the lane, double teamed off to Stallard. Stallard dribbles in the lane, drives by the defender, kick back to Campbell. Campbell going to go in the lane. Bobcats tying up some time right now on the clock. Stallard back into the lane. He'll drive against the defender, puts up the one-handed floater off the glass, and good for Aaron Stallard.
Good patience there by the Bobcats. Ran over 45 seconds off the clock, but, got the shot they wanted.
Just a nice possession and then moving the ball around. Once again, Davidson from behind the arc with the Breathitt Funeral Home three-pointer. That's the first for Reese Davidson and the Jaguars here tonight.
Yep. And shot that with range.
Yep. Sperry driving in the lane will be fouled. If the foul will go against number 1, Cooper Elza.
That'd be the North Laurel's first foul of the quarter and actually first foul of the game.
Yep. First foul of the game for North Laurel. Stallard. Going to throw it into Sperry. Good crowd rolling in here to Rupp now. Stands starting to fill up on both sides of Rupp Arena.
Wow. Good move by Sperry on the baseline. Attacks the rim, gets easy layup.
Austin Sperry comes across the baseline like we've seen him do before, right to the rim. And his first 2 points of the second quarter. That'll make their score 16-15 now. Bobcats up 1. Jaguars in the lane. A layup is good for number 21. That is Cole Jervis. His first 2 of the game.
Jervis took advantage of his ball screen there, got out of the way to go. Sperry couldn't contest. Afraid of picking up a third foul.
16-17 now. Jags up 1. Peyton Collins set to come in for the Bobcats. Sperry with the fake. Kicks over to Stallard. Gets a screen from Campbell. Looking inside the lane. Tied up now by the defender. Throws it back out to the corner to Sperry. Sperry directing traffic. Into the lane. Brings it back out. Looking inside. Wanting to go inside. Sets up his defender. Throws it cross court to Campbell.
Jaguars guards did a really good job on Sperry out in the perimeter.
Yeah.
We're going to have a timeout, Breathitt County.
So Coach Honeycutt takes the timeout with 5:41 left here in the second quarter. We'll take it with them on Bluegrass Sports Nation. And we'll be back after this message from HCTC.
At Hazard Community and Technical College, you are more than just a number. With our low faculty to student ratio, you'll get the personal attention and support you need to succeed. Our dedicated faculty is here to guide you every step of the way, helping you reach your goals in a community that cares. Choose HCTC. We'll never underestimate you. Call us at 606-487-3293 to learn more.
For over 100 years, Buckhorn Children and Family Services has been changing lives across Kentucky. providing compassionate care, healing, and hope to families in need. From addiction treatment to foster care, residential treatment, and more, our programs help families and individuals build strong, healthy futures. Whether it's through evidence-based treatment for children or life-changing support for adults, we're answering God's call to make a lasting impact. Join us in changing lives and restoring hope. Please visit buckhorn.org or send your support to Buckhorn Children and Family Services in Buckhorn, Kentucky. Together, we can build strong, thriving families.
All right, folks, we are back. Bluegrass Sports Nation bringing you the action again, once again from the Rupp Arena here in the KHSAA UK Healthcare Boys Sweet 16 action. Breathitt Bobcats down 1 point to the North Laurel Jaguars, 17-16. Been an interesting first and second quarter, first half between these two, back and forth. Well, we've seen flashes from both of the superstars, Davidson and Sperry.
Both have played really well. You know, just exactly what you kind of expect of you star players.
Yep.
You know, and what we've been seeing here the last couple of sessions is other guys starting to get involved, and that's going to be key. You know, what team, not player, what team is going to end up giving the most.
And we mentioned, that was North Laurel's first foul, and we're sitting here with Sperry with already 2 for Breathitt County, so he's got to be cautious here throughout the rest of this first half. 5:36 on the clock. Breathitt inbound, Stallard with it now. Goes over to Collins. Peyton will pass it back to Austin Sperry out front. Trying to set something up in the lane. He'll clear Collins back out to his right. Sperry gets by the defender all the way to the basket underneath, loses the handle.
It's going to stay with Breathitt County. Davidson contests it at the rim.
Ball goes out of bounds off Davidson. Coach Honeycutt up off the bench. Coach Valentine coaching hard from his end. Honeycutt throws it into Collins, open for 3. He fires it off the back of the iron, no good. Rebound down to Noble.
Good look there by Collins, just didn't go in.
He was open. Jervis inside the lane to Davidson, feeds up. No good with a layup. Ball tip. Davidson comes up with it again somehow. And they're going to get
foul on Honeycutt.
Honeycutt with the foul as Davidson was headed in the lane. And the Jaguars will inbound it from the baseline down to our right. Jervis to throw it in, Elza to throw it in. He'll find Davidson. Davidson now to 3. Back to Davidson for 3. That's his second one. The Breathitt Funeral Home 3-pointer for Reese Davidson is good.
Reese Davidson, if you give him time and space, he's going to make you pay.
North Laurel up 20-16 now. Sperry in the lane all the way to the hoop for Austin Sperry with the layup. 20-18 your score. Gross comes in for Joe Honeycutt.
Stops and plays back to work now.
Davidson inbounds it. And Elza will bring it across the timeline for the Jaguars. Pass back to Noble. Now back out to Davidson. Davidson kicks it back out in the corner for the 3-pointer. It's open and it's good. The Breathitt Funeral Home 3-pointer is good for Elza, or Cooper Elza.
Yeah, good play there. Davidson attracted the help defense. Kick out 3.
Well, far over the 5-point lead now. Biggest lead of the game for the Jaguars. Sperry in the lane all the way to the hoop. Deflected and gotten out of there by Davidson, I believe, and the Jaguars come right back with it. Elza down the court, coast to coast. Shot is off the backboard, no good. But he'll draw the foul on the way to the basket.
North Laurel was sprint down the court there, getting to the rim before the Bobcats get back. Going to get to 2 shots at the free throw line.
And that'll be Stallard's first foul of the game. And going to the line is Elza to shoot the free throw.
Elza is shooting right at 80% from the free throw line this season.
Shot is in the air and good for Cooper Elza. Sophomore running the point guard, listed at 6'1". He doesn't look 6'1" when he's beside of Reese Davidson out there on the court. Davidson going to get a quick breather here with 3:59 on the clock for North Laurel. Shot is up, no good. Rebound down to Terry. Bobcats need to make use of Terry and Gross with Davidson on the bench.
North Laurel looks like they've switched over to a 2-3 zone here, trying to make up for some of that. But the sub they've got in got a lot of length in the middle, too.
Collins, he'll fire the three again. Off the rim, no good. Tipped. Battle for the rebounds. Terry with it. Terry's up and under, no good. Gets his own rebound, goes back up.
They're going to get a foul.
And they'll finally get a foul on him. Man, he was working hard under the basket. A lot going on underneath.
Let us in Braxton Terry line to shoot his 2 free throws.
14. That's his first.
So that's Cunningham first foul, and that's the sub that came in for Davidson. So Bobcats going to work right off the bat. Terry's free throw, no good on the first one, off to the right just a little bit.
Terry shooting 71% from the free throw line this season. And Davidson checks back in immediately, Coach.
Yep.
Didn't like the offensive rebounds they give up to the Bobcats. And Joe Honeycutt will come in for Staley.
Honeycutt will take his spot on the free throw aisle. Braxton Terry steps to the free throw line. See if he can make one or two. Missed the first one. Second one in the air. Off the back of the rim. No good. Davidson with a rebound. He'll hand it off to Jervis. Jervis will pass it back to Davidson. Now over on the left wing to Noble. RJ will pass it to Davidson. Dumps it inside underneath the basket. The layup is good for Jordan Rawlings. That's his first basket of the night. North Laurel now up 8 points. Biggest lead for them here in the game.
Good offensive set there by the Jaguars. Davidson recognizing the double team that come at him. He found his open teammate. Got the easy layup.
Honeycutt. Back to Austin Sperry. Sperry at the top of the key. Looking inside. He'll go to the left to Collins. Now back to Sperry. Sperry directing traffic. Wants to clear out the lane with 2:50 on the clock. Collins drives. Kicks to Gross. Back out to Sperry. Working to get something open. Now back to Collins. Back to Sperry. Austin will walk it around top of the key and pass it to Honeycutt. Honeycutt brings it back over to Terry in the corner. Terry drives, dishes back to Collins. He'll drive in the lane. He's tied up with the defender. He's got Rawlings on him. Comes back to Honeycutt. Over in the corner to Collins. Wanted to be open for the three. Drives in the lane. The floater is good for Peyton Collins.
That's a much-needed bucket there by the Bobcats.
They did a good job of working the ball around there that time. It looked like it was going to come loose a couple times, but Reese Davidson right back down the court and sinks the jumper from in the lane.
Good contest there by Kanan Gross. Just Davidson really good from that area.
28-20 your score, 1:56 on the clock. Collins back to Sperry. Collins spots up, fires a three off the back of the rim, no good. Gross and Cunningham battle for the rebound. It's tipped. And they'll say over and back.
I think they're going to get that corrected here.
Yeah, that upsets everybody. It's not over and back, I don't think.
Yeah, they give it back to the Bobcats.
Yeah, it is the Bobcats basketball. The referee on the far side of the court called the over and back, but the ball was contested and touched by North Laurel, and it comes back to Sperry. We've got a quick timeout here on the court. 1:44 left in the first half. We'll take it with them on Bluegrass Sports Nation. We'll be back after this message.
What keeps you going? Your love for the game? Your teammates? A victory? At ARH Orthopedics, our goal is to keep you pain-free so your body can keep going. There's no time for discomfort in your joints or ligaments caused by an injury. ARH Orthopedic providers specialize in treatment plans, from non-surgical and surgical options, so your care is entirely centered around you. Visit arh.org/ortho to find an orthopedic provider near you. ARH, more for Appalachia.
Jackson Electric and Plumbing Supply in Jackson, Kentucky is proud to serve Breathitt, Lee, Wolf, Morgan, Owsley, Perry, and Madison counties. Established in 1982 with over 40 years of service to those communities, Jackson Electric and Plumbing Supply can not only meet your electric and plumbing needs, but also heating and cooling, concrete and metal septic tanks, as well as your special orders. Call Scott and the gang today at 606-666-4052.
Fans, we are back here from Rupp Arena. The boys Sweet 16, 28-20 your score. North Laurel Jaguars up over the Breathitt Bobcats. That first half, you're starting to see how impressive Reese Davidson is for the Jaguars. Coach Valentine.
Yeah, Reese has played a really good game. He hit some hard shots.
He has.
And anytime you make something simple for you, he makes you pay.
Yep.
Looks like North Laurel may be switching out to a 1-3-1 right here.
Bobcats on the inbound. Sperry to Collins to Honeycutt. Now back over in the corner to Collins. Thought about the three. We'll come back out to Honeycutt. Honeycutt's open. He'll pass it back in the corner to Collins. Now back to Honeycutt. Looks to drive in. Cross court pass to Terry. Terry spins and he'll be called to the ball.
That's all.
So a turnover. Bobcats will give the ball to North Laurel. 1:21 on the clock. North Laurel Jaguars up 8 points, 28-20 over the Breathitt Bobcats. First game of today's session. It was going to drop.
That foul's going to go on Cunning. That'll be his second foul of the game.
Cunningham with 2 fouls. That one coming again against Terry underneath the basket. Braxton Terry steps back to the free throw line for the free throws. He hits the first one. And Stallard back into the game for the Bobcats as Kanan Gross will get a break. So the Bobcats go with a smaller, quicker lineup here to finish up the first half. Braxton Terry back to the free throw line for his second shot. It's in the air. Looks good, and it is. Hits them both. Give him 4 points here on the day. I'll make your score 28-22 with 51 seconds on the clock.
Good job by Terry to step up and make the next 2 free throws after missing his first 2.
Elza over to Noble. Noble drives in against Terry, kicks it back out to Elza over in the corner to Davidson. Drives baseline, goes up, fingertips to the rim with a layup for Davidson, and he draws the foul. And it'll go against Honeycutt, I believe.
That'll be Honeycutt's second.
So 36.3 seconds on the clock here in the first half. Reese Davidson goes back to the free throw line.
Already with 20 points in the contest.
Yep. Shot in the air. No good off the back of the rim. So Sperry clears it out of there. 30 seconds to work for the Bobcats. Sperry wants to go in the lane. He does. Kicks it back out to Honeycutt. Now over to Stallard in for the Bobcats. Drives in between defenders. Honeycutt open in the corner. They're looking for him. They find him, but Davidson comes out to guard him. Honeycutt kicks it to Stallard. 15 seconds. Collins back to Stallard. They'll switch it off, looking for Sperry in the lane. Stallard with it now, backs it back out to the logo. He goes to work on the left wing. 3 seconds. Stallard goes in, drives, shot.
And he's going to pick up the foul. He's going to get 2 free throws.
Stallard drives the lane, draws the foul. Draws the foul on Noble. That's R.J. Noble's first foul. And with 0.3 on the clock, Aaron Stallard for the Bobcats will shoot 2 free throws. Stallard's first shot takes a trip, but drops in.
Stallard on the season shooting 66.7% from the charity stripe.
He'll step back to the line for his second free throw. And he nails that one. Stallard with 4 points, not much time. Inbounds, long shot by Elza, no good. And that'll bring us to the end of the first half. The Bobcats down 6 to the Jaguars, 30-24. We'll take a quick break and go over some scoring with you here on Bluegrass Sports Nation.
Jackson Electric and Plumbing Supply in Jackson, Kentucky is proud to serve Breathitt, Lee, Wolf, Morgan, Owsley, Perry, and Madison counties. Established in 1982 with over 40 years of service to those communities, Jackson Electric and Plumbing Supply can not only meet your electric and plumbing needs, but also heating and cooling, concrete and metal septic tanks, as well as your special orders. Call Scott and the gang today at 606-666-4052.
Come see us at Jackson Medical Clinic Family Healthcare in Jackson for all your medical needs. Now also offering behavioral healthcare services. The clinic is open 7 days a week and will have new extended hours of operation beginning on January 1st, 2024. Hours of operation will be from 7 a.m. to 8 p.m. Monday through Thursday, and 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. Saturday and Sunday. With a hometown atmosphere, come let our family take care of yours.
Appalachia's #1 motorsports dealer since 2007, YPK Motorsports is excited to help you experience the fun and adventure a quality off-road vehicle can bring to your life. Now with 5 locations, YPK invites you to see our great selection of ATVs, side-by-sides, dirt bikes, and more. Come visit us in Jackson, Hazard, Painesville, Ashland, or Pound, or you can always visit us online at ypkmotorsports.com.
Variety Pizza, located at 1189 Main Street in Jackson, has been family owned and operated for over 45 years, serving the community with fresh, homemade, and handcrafted pizzas, sandwiches, salads, and more. Carry out or stay and enjoy the newly renovated dining areas with private party spaces available. Stop by and see Lee and Al or call 666-5454 for Variety Pizza. Go Time is a locally owned and operated convenience store that has all your wants and needs in one stop. We have everything from quick snacks and cool drinks, a full-service deli, fresh coffee bar, soft-serve ice cream, and milkshakes. Also, make sure to check out our Little Caesars pizzas. Go Time, where the customer always comes first. Refuel your tank, refill your cup, and refresh your taste buds all in one stop at Go Time.
Have you been injured in an accident or at work? With offices in Salyers, Hyman, and Jackson, Martin Law Offices is your hometown injury team. Graham Martin, Todd Martin, Cameron Adams, Brad Park, and Lakin Roberts have nearly 100 years of combined legal experience, and they stand ready to help you get the compensation you deserve. Our attorneys have deep roots in our communities. We live, work, and celebrate beside you. So when you get injured, let your neighbors at Martin Law Offices help fight for you. Kentucky Law does not certify specialties legal practice.
SEC Auto Sales, located at 1557 Highway 15 South in Jackson, is the fastest growing pre-owned dealership in the area. Whether you're looking for a used or new-to-you vehicle, SEC has you covered. Think you can't get finance? Well, think again. They have the best interest rates available, serving all of Eastern Kentucky. Let them show you an easy buying experience. Come on down and see Jeff, Dwayne, and the rest of the gang. Call 606-272-6888 or visit them online at secautosales.com.
All right, Bluegrass Sports Nation fans, thanks for tuning in and listening with us here at Rupp Arena. The Breathitt Bobcat cheerleaders out in front of us doing their floor competition routine right now. They're being judged also here today. We saw some folks posting about that earlier on Facebook, and not only is it a competition here in basketball, but also a competition for these young ladies as they're out here on the court doing their floor routine here now in front of the judges. We'll go down some scoring here in the first half for North Laurel. Jaguars, first half, 6 points for Cooper, 2 points for Jordan Rawlings, 2 points for Cole Jervis, and 20 points in the first half for Reese Davis and the Jaguars. For the Breathitt County Bobcats, Peyton Collins with 2 points, Aaron Stallard with 4 points, Braxton Terry with 4, Austin Sperry with 11, and Joe Honeycutt with a Breathitt Funeral Home three-pointer. He's got 3 points. That's the rundown of scoring there in the first half. To make your score, North Laurel Jaguars 30 and your Breathitt Bobcats 24. So the Bobcats down 6 points. Having a hard time there in that first half, David Kyle, being able to keep Davis away from the ring. Davidson.
Absolutely. And Davidson, he's scored at all 3 levels. He scored at the goal. He's got a mid-range. He's hit 2 threes. One stat that really sticks out to me that I've seen is North Laurel 0 for 3 in the first half, or in the first quarter from the 3-point line. Second quarter, 3 for 3 from the 3-point line.
Yeah.
100%. That's kind of been the difference in the game as they started hitting shots from outside, and that 2 of those was led by Davidson. Bobcats, got to pick it up a little bit. Field goal percentage not as good in the second quarter as it was in the first quarter.
I'll tell you what, interesting first half, and you can see just how versatile Davidson is for the Jaguars and Coach Valentine. an instrumental key here on them, here on their team for offense. Able to get to the rim. It looked like he was just effortless getting up to the basket when he was inside. And you talk about defensively trying to get him away from the basketball. He comes out from behind the arc and he can shoot the three. He's got a little range. So the young man, definitely a talented basketball player from North Laurel. But Breathitt County going to have a hard time defending him and trying to keep him away from the rim here in the second half if they're going to be successful here in this first round of action here in the Sweet 16.
Absolutely played really well. 6 rebounds out of Davidson. But if you look at the rebounding totals, Bobcats leading that currently 16-12. Leading rebounders currently in the first half is actually Braxton Terry for the Bobcats. He's got 7, 4 on the offensive side, 3 on the defensive side. Been an anchor for them there to kind of get more opportunities to score.
Well, it never fails. Terry is going to come up big for the Bobcats, either underneath the basket, drawing the foul from the baseline charge, or going up and being able to score from the free throw line. Terry, an instrumental part for the Bobcats, has been all season. Young man doing a great job tonight on the boards for the Bobcats. Coach Honeycutt, that's one thing we talked about. Coach Honeycutt got to be talking in the back. You want to see some more people take some shots, I think, too. They're going to try to keep Austin away from the basketball, but also you got to get those guys open and you got to get those guys to the rim. Got a visit here from Brendan Miller down taking pictures. He come up to take a visit. So appreciate him being here with us and getting us front row seats, David Kyle, to KHSAA UK Healthcare Boys Basketball Sweet 16 here between the Bobcats and the Jaguars. Right now, out at each end, we got 2 competitors going at it from the free throw line. And off to our right is Hunter Mullins, better known as Battle Cat for the Breathitt County fans. As it's a 2-1 game here on the free throws. Hunter's down 1 right now. 5 seconds left in the contest. And time is up, and we got 3 on this end, 1 down here. So Hunter going to have to work on the free throws. Good effort for trying and coming out here at Rupp Arena, though. Yep.
Absolutely. That's what's fun about the state tournament, getting kids involved. Just opportunities to get on the Rupp floor. That's a dream.
I thought they were going to give Hunter an opportunity to shoot a half-court shot there for a minute, but they were asking for the basketball back. Looked like Hunter was going to take a gander from mid-court there for a minute. It is. It's excitement for all the fans. It's excitement for all these kids. The fans come down here, and not only do they get to see our superstars from different communities, but the folks here at the KHSAA getting everybody involved. As the first contest we had earlier, Eli Thomas was victorious. I don't know what he took away as a reward, but he was victorious in the first competition they had. It was not free throw shooting, though.
No,
it was a speed contest.
He got to take advantage of his speed.
Yeah. So fans, it's great to be here. I was joking with David Kyle earlier. We're sitting here on press row, but we got the likes of Larry Vaught, Oscar Combs, Dick Gabriel here in front of us. It's just not only a dream come true for some community members and for these players, these cheerleaders and the staff involved, but us press guys too, to be here on press row and be next to these folks.
Yeah, absolutely. Just kind of taking, and that's what the state tournament's what makes us so great is, we bring everybody into the state. A lot of people come to Lexington this week right here and spend the whole week, not just watch one game, but they stay the whole week.
I mean, I'll be honest, I thought you were the most, popular person I was going to see all day.
No.
And then I looked over and there was Oscar Combs, and I wanted to see if he'd trade places for a minute and bend his ear. He could tell some stories about the state tournament.
Absolutely, he is. If there's anybody that's seen great Kentucky basketball players at the college level and at the high school level, it's that man.
We still got about 4 minutes and 30 seconds left on the clock. Here in the halftime session, the ball club's coming back on the court to get some warm-ups here before the second half starts. We're going to take another quick breather and maybe get something to drink and take a quick break on Bluegrass Sports Nation. We'll be back to bring you the second half action here on Bluegrass Sports Nation.
Since 1962, Citizens Bank and Trust of Jackson has been proud to serve the community. They care about the people of Breathitt County and are the only locally owned bank in the community. With 2 branches in Jackson and 1 in Beattyville, they're never too far away when you need them. And with the latest innovations in banking, keeping track of your finances has never been easier. Helping to grow Breathitt County as leaders for over 60 years. That's Citizens Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
At Hazard Community and Technical College, you are more than just a number. With our low faculty to student ratio, you'll get the personal attention and support you need to succeed. Our dedicated faculty is here to guide you every step of the way, helping you reach your goals in a community that cares. Choose HCTC. We'll never underestimate you. Call us at 606-487-3293 to learn more.
For 100 years, Buckhorn Children and Family Services has been changing lives across Kentucky, providing compassionate care, healing, and hope to families in need. From addiction treatment to foster care, residential treatment, and more, our programs help families and individuals build strong, healthy futures. Whether it's through evidence-based treatment for children or life-changing support for adults, we're answering God's call to make a lasting impact. Join us in changing lives and restoring hope. Please visit buckhorn.org or send your support to Buckhorn Children and Family Services in Buckhorn, Kentucky. Together, we can build strong, thriving families.
What keeps you going? Your love for the game? Your teammates? A victory? At ARH Orthopedics, our goal is to keep you pain-free so your body can keep going. There's no time for discomfort in your joints or ligaments caused by an injury. ARH Orthopedic providers specialize in treatment plans, from non-surgical and surgical options, so your care is entirely centered around you. Visit arh.org/ortho to find an orthopedic provider near you. ARH, more for Appalachia.
Jackson Electric and Plumbing Supply in Jackson, Kentucky is proud to serve Breathitt, Lee, Wolf, Morgan, Owsley, Perry, and Madison counties. Established in 1982 with over 40 years of service to those communities, Jackson Electric and Plumbing Supply can not only meet your electric and plumbing needs, but also heating and cooling, concrete and metal septic tanks, as well as your special orders. Call Scott and the gang today at 606-666-4052.
Come see us at Jackson Medical Clinic Family Healthcare in Jackson for all your medical needs. Now also offering behavioral healthcare services. The clinic is open 7 days a week and will have new extended hours of operation beginning on January 1st, 2024. Hours of operation will be from 7 a.m. to 8 p.m. Monday through Thursday, and 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. Saturday and Sunday. With a hometown atmosphere, come let our family take care of yours.
All right, folks, we are back. We got about 14 seconds before we start the second half here in the 2025 edition of the KHSAA UK Healthcare Boys Sweet 16. David, Kyle, interesting first half. We talked about some stats. We talked about some things the Bobcats have got to do to stay in this one. They had 2 words, and that is Mr. Davidson.
Yeah, the Bobcats have to have an answer for him. 20 points already in the first half. You know, if he comes back out with another 20 piece in the second half, they probably won't fare well for the Bobcats. So they got to find a way to stop him and, you know, just keep their offense going. Offense had a couple of spots where they kind of got slow, but they've also had bright spots too.
Yeah.
So
your score 24-30 as we open the second half. North Laurel with the basketball to start things off. We'll get right into it. Elza to Noble, inside of Davidson, deflected. Elza comes back up with it. Now Davidson out in front against Honeycutt. Fires the jumper off the iron, no good. Battle for the rebound. Sperry looked like he deflected it off of Elza, and he did.
Bobcats second half come out with Honeycutt guarding Davidson, forced Davidson into a step back shot.
Yep. Good heads up play by Austin Sperry that time to chase that ball out of bounds and deflect it off of a Jaguar player. Honeycutt with it. Now inside to Gross. Let's get Gross busy. In the lane, one-handed shot off the glass, and good for Kanan Gross. The senior getting busy here to open up the second half.
Good start for Gross. Quiet offensively first half. Comes out first possession with a bucket.
Bobcats got to have some more of that. Let's see if we can get a stop on defense. Big three-pointer fired by the Jaguars. That was Rawlings. It was no good. And Bobcats chase it down. Here comes Peyton Collins over to Honeycutt. He's going to dribble around Davidson, come back out to Collins with it now. Collins over to Gross. Gross fires the jumper. Another one. It's up. No good. Pulled down a rebound with his Jaguars is Jervis.
Gross, the nice mid-range look there. Just didn't foul.
You got to be happy with that shot, though. Good shot selection by Kanan. He can hit that shot. Jaguars back to work. Rawlings in the lane. Kicks it to back out front to Jervis, courtesy of Elza.
Good defense by Collins to deflect, and Spurry comes out with it.
Cross-court pass over to Honeycutt. Now back to Spurry. Spurry drives the lane. Skies goes up to the basket. And we got no whistle. Ball was out of bounds. Everybody here on the right, the Breathitt County is saying, where's the foul? The ball goes out of bounds, and it'll stay here with the Bobcats. Out front to Collins. He'll step up, fire the three, nails it. Peyton Collins with a huge Breathitt Funeral Home three-pointer.
Cuts the Jaguar lead down to 1. 5-0 run to start the half for the Bobcats.
Spurry clapping things up, getting the defense fired up. He's out in front of Elza. Elza looking, comes to his left to Davidson. Davidson's been quiet here in the first 2 minutes of the third quarter. Jaguars back out front now to Elza. Gets past the screen in the lane. Bounce pass underneath baseline to Noble. Kick back to Elza. He'll shoot the jump shot. Off the rim, no good. Tip. Comes out of there to Peyton Collins. Nice tip by Spurrier.
Good job. Spurrier realized he couldn't get it. Just try to make sure the Jaguars don't get it.
Bobcats down 8. And they're looking to go up here with this possession offensively if they can get it going. Terry in. Shot no good. Gets his own rebound. Goes back up.
And
gets a shot to fall.
And we're going to have a timeout, North Laurel.
31-30. Bobcats on a run here to open up the third quarter. 5:24 on the clock. We'll take a break. We'll be back on Bluegrass Sports Nation.
Appalachia's #1 motorsports dealer since 2007, YPK Motorsports is excited to help you experience the fun and adventure a quality off-road vehicle can bring to your life. Now with 5 locations, YPK invites you to see our great selection of ATVs, side-by-sides, dirt bikes, and more. Come visit us in Jackson, Hazard, Painesville, Ashland, or Pound. Or you can always visit us online at ypkmotorsports.com.
All right, folks, back to the action. Cutting that one short out of the timeout. Jaguars go back to work. 9-0 run for the Bobcats. Up 1 point now, 31-30. Cole Jervis with it for the Jaguars. He'll pass it to Noble. RJ turns in the lane. Comes back out, drives to the basket all the way up for the layup. And it's good for RJ Noble.
Noble with a good ball fake at the free throw line and drove in.
Whoa. A huge Breathitt Funeral Home three-pointer for Joseph Honeycutt. The senior about to get started. We got to get some people warmed up for the Bobcats to stay in this one. Joe Honeycutt pulls the trigger. He may be the answer for the Bobcats here in the second half. Dish underneath to Davidson all the way up to the basket and good.
That's one thing. Honeycutt's picked up Davidson to start this half, but that's where the Bobcats have to be careful whenever he tries to post Honeycutt. A huge size disadvantage there.
Tie ball game, 34 all. Sperry looking in the lane, bounce pass to Gross, chases it down, it goes out of bounds. Couldn't get to that one. He wasn't cutting quite as fast as Austin was expecting him.
Trying to play the pick and roll game there and just couldn't convert.
Back to the action now. We hit Cooper Elza with it. Now over to Jervis, back out to Elza. Elza fires the three, and it's good. Breathitt Funeral Home three-pointer is good for Cooper Elza. His first basket in the third quarter. Collins comes across the timeline for Breathitt, 3:45 on the clock.
Elza on the season's been shooting 37.7% from the three-point line. Good shooting.
Jervis defended Collins. Collins looking inside, brings it back out. Trying to get something in the lane. Taken away by Davidson. Davidson takes the pass away and goes up and slams it home for the Jaguars.
Bobcats have to be careful with this passage right there, leading Davidson to the breakaway.
It's going to take it back to 39-34 now. North Laurel answers. A little run of their own. Sperry cutting in the lane. Loses it. Knocks loose. Deflected. Over in the corner to Jervis. Shot is up. No good. Terry, the rebound. Clears it out of there for the Bobcats. And Sperry controls it in the lane. All the way to the hoop. And the layup is good. And he gets the foul. So Sperry with his first 2 points of the third quarter. Instrumental offensive figure for Coach Honeycutt. And Sperry will go to the free throw line, but we'll get a quick timeout first. We'll take it with them here on Bluegrass Sports Nation. We'll be back after this message.
Come see us at Jackson Medical Clinic Family Healthcare in Jackson for all your medical needs. Now also offering behavioral healthcare services. The clinic is open 7 days a week and will have new extended hours of operation beginning on January 1st, 2024. Hours of operation will be from 7 a.m. to 8 p.m. Monday through Thursday, and 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. Saturday and Sunday. With a hometown atmosphere, come let our family take care of yours.
For over 100 years, Buckhorn Children and Family Services has been changing lives across Kentucky, providing compassionate care, healing, and hope to families in need. From addiction treatment to foster care, residential treatment, and more, our programs help families and individuals build strong, healthy futures. Whether it's through evidence-based treatment for children or life-changing support for adults, we're answering God's call to make a lasting impact. Join us in changing lives and restoring hope. Please visit buckhorn.org or send your support to Buckhorn Children and Family Services in Buckhorn, Kentucky. Together, we can build strong, thriving families.
What keeps you going? Your love for the game? Your teammates? A victory? At ARH Orthopedics, our goal is to keep you pain-free so your body can keep going. There's no time for discomfort in your joints or ligaments caused by an injury. ARH Orthopedic providers specialize in treatment plans, from non-surgical and surgical options, so your care is entirely centered around you. Visit arh.org/ortho to find an orthopedic provider near you. ARH, more for Appalachia.
All right, fans, we're back after the short timeout. And the Bobcats will step to the lane here to our right, and Austin Sperry will be at the free throw line. He's having a short discussion with the referees there, maybe on his way to the free throw line on the shot. I've seen something he wanted Mr. Referee to take notice of. Sperry steps to the line with 2:36 on the clock here in the third quarter. Shot is up, and it's good. So he makes good on the three-point play the old-fashioned way, and the Jaguars will bring it back up the court, leading 39-37. Sperry with a takeaway. Just took it right out of Elza's hands. Sperry defensively making things happen. Finds Terry in the lane. And Braxton Terry will tie things up at 39 all. What a spurt of defense and offense. Talk about getting rewarded from a great defensive play. Sperry finds Terry under the basket, down the lane, and Terry puts it in, ties it up. Davidson underneath, and he'll draw the foul.
That's probably going to go on Braxton Terry.
Braxton. Davidson, he is the answer. Every time the Bobcats make a run or they come back and they tie it up or they have a big play, North Laurel able to go right back to Davidson, and he'll go to the basket. He doesn't get the shot, but he'll step to the free throw line. Reese Davidson is an outstanding athlete for North Laurel. Shot in the air, off the back of the iron, no good. Davidson with 24 points here tonight in this matchup.
Davidson's played a really good game.
Braxton and Terry got to come out, got a little blood on the elbow when he hit the court down here, so
Staller's going to check in for Terry.
Braxton will get cleaned up down here to our right, at the end of the bench. Stallard will come in. And looked like they're treating Davidson down at the end of the North Laurel bench, too.
And he's the free throw shooter.
Got to give a shout out to Breathitt County and the Jackson, Kentucky fans. You look to our right, and the end of Rupp Arena is packed. You look to the left, not so much. Good job, Bobcat fans, getting out and supporting. Davidson steps to the free throw line with the second shot. Shot is in the air, and it's good. And 25 points for Davidson here in this matchup.
Gives the Jaguars back a 1-point lead here with the Bobcats bringing her up with 2 minutes to go in the third quarter.
Into the game for the Jaguars, Cam Anderson, number 5. Stallard in for Terry right now. Sperry will come up, and he'll have Cooper Elza in front of him. Gross moves, sets the screen. Sperry gets by him into the lane, dishes in the corner to an open Aaron Stallard. Fires the three off the back of the iron, no good.
And I think that long length there from Davidson off of that shot would have do it.
Anderson there for the rebound for North Laurel. Elza brings it back down. He'll flip it over to Cole. Cole now to Noble. R.J. Noble. Cross-court pass to Elza. Elza drives in the lane. He's got Sperry in front of him. Back to Noble. Looked like a walk, no call.
Coach Honeycutt pleading for a third, but
Jervis back with it now, hands it off to Davidson. Reese Davidson guarded by Joseph Honeycutt. Honeycutt screen coming. Gets by the screen. The floater, no good. Tipped again. Davidson can't get it to go. Stallard pulls down the rebound. Sperry goes to work quickly. Courtesy of Stallard, steps back, shoots the three, buries it. Austin Sperry with a step back, Breathitt Funeral Home three-pointer. Wow, to put the Bobcats up 2 with 42 seconds on the clock here in the third. Back and forth we go. Jaguars and Bobcats. Collins. Now back out to Anderson, guarded by Stallard. Now to Davidson. Honeycutt on him. Over on the right wing. He'll bring it back out top of the key all the way out to the logo. Trying to set Joe up. He's wanting to take the last shot. Defense stepping out from the Bobcats out on the Jaguars. Collins forces Jervis to go. Stallard out on Cooper. A little push off. No call. Pass inside to Noble. Noble floats it to Davidson. 6 seconds.
And they're going to get a foul.
We're going to get a foul.
And that's going to be okay. That's just the second team foul for the Bobcats. 5.6 seconds. Foul on Collins. Actually, a really good play.
So back into the game is Braxton Terry. Kanan Gross will take a breather. And Noble and Anderson go out for the Jaguars as Cunningham and I believe Rawlings back into the game for North Laurel. From the corner, block, three-point attempt block, goes out of bounds. Shot was put up by Jordan Rawlings.
It's going to stay with the Jaguars. 2.9 seconds remain in the quarter.
42-40 your score. Bobcats up 2. And tip to Davidson inside. Shot doesn't fall. And that'll be the end of the third quarter. Bobcats with a 2-point lead, 42-40. We'll be back for the final fourth quarter. The final 8 minutes. We'll try to decide this when these two been back and forth. We'll be back after this message on Bluegrass Sports Nation.
Variety Pizza, located at 1189 Main Street in Jackson, has been family owned and operated for over 45 years, serving the community with fresh, homemade, and handcrafted pizzas, sandwiches, salads, and more. Carry out or stay and enjoy the newly renovated dining areas with private party spaces available. Stop by and see Lee and Al or call 666-5454 for Variety Pizza. Go Time is a locally owned and operated convenience store that has all your wants and needs in one stop. We have everything from quick snacks and cool drinks, a full-service deli, fresh coffee bar, soft-serve ice cream, and milkshakes. Also, make sure to check out our Little Caesars pizzas. Go Time, where the customer always comes first. Refuel your tank, refill your cup, and refresh your taste buds all in one stop at Go Time.
Have you been injured in an accident or at work? With offices in Salyersville, Hyman, and Jackson, Martin Law Offices is your hometown injury team. Graham Martin, Todd Martin, Cameron Adams, Brad Park, and Lakin Roberts have nearly 100 years of combined legal experience, and they stand ready to help you get the compensation you deserve. Our attorneys have deep roots in our communities. We live, work, and celebrate beside you. So when you get injured, let your neighbors at Martin Law Offices help fight for you. Kentucky law does not certify specialties legal practice.
Well, folks, we are back. Special thanks again to our sponsors, Breathitt Funeral Home, where they believe everyone deserves an honorable, respectable, and affordable final farewell. We appreciate them for sponsoring our 3-point baskets. And also special thanks to Citizens Bank and Trust Company of Jackson, serving the financial needs of Breathitt County.
Yeah, a nice quarter there by the Bobcats. Won that 18-10, gives them a 2-point lead heading into the fourth quarter. And starting off with the ball, big possession here.
Sperry with it. Gets the screen from Terry, looking for Terry inside. Can't make the pass. He's going to drive baseline, and they say he's pushed out of bounds. They get a foul on Cunningham, I believe.
That'll be Cunningham's third.
So the inbounds from Honeycutt for the Bobcats. Looking long. He'll throw it to Stallard. Stallard will hand it off to Sperry. Austin calls for Terry to come out and set the screen. Gets the screen from Terry. Drives by the defender. Dishes inside to Terry. Terry fakes. Goes up. Shot no good. Tipped by Davidson and brought out of there by North Laurel.
Once again, Davidson, his length, causing problems for the Bobcats. 6'7", what he's listed as, he's every bit of it.
Cooper to Davidson. Davidson drives on Honeycutt. Goes up. The layup is good for Reese Davidson. Hard to keep him out of the lane and hard to keep him away from the basket. Bobcats doing all they can to keep the Jags controlled, but it's a tie ball game, 42-42 with 7 minutes on the clock.
Sperry got the ball half court, directing traffic here. Looks like he's trying to get a high ball screen and clear in the left side of the floor.
Brings Honeycutt over. Fake the three. Tries to take Elza off the dribble in the lane, working, dishes to Terry. Terry up off the glass and good. Nice find by Austin Sperry to get Braxton open under the basket, draws the defender, and Braxton puts it in. 44-42 now. 6:30 on the clock.
That bucket right there gives Braxton Terry a double-double for the game.
Jervis on his way to the lane. We got a quick whistle and a foul, I believe, away from the ball. And R.J. Noble will come in for Cunningham. 6:29 on the clock. Jaguars to inbounds it. Underneath the basket, pass to Rawlings is good, and Rawlings puts it in for North Laurel.
Good set there by the Jaguars. A little misdirection. Got the layup to go on the out of bounds underneath set.
Sperry brings it across the midcourt line, directing traffic. He finds Collins over on the right wing. Now back out top key at the logo. He's got Jervis in front of him. Pass over to Stallard. North Laurel in that zone. Stallard over in the corner to Collins. Collins fires the three. Off the back of the iron, no good. Davidson there to control it for the Jags. Kicks it back to Jervis. Getting instructions from Coach Valentine on the bench. Dishes inside to Davidson. Davidson back to Jervis.
Big momentum possession here with North Laurel with the ball.
44-44 your score. 5:30 on the clock. Elza over to Davidson. Fires the three. Reese Davidson with another Breathitt Funeral Home three-pointer. The young man can just do it all from anywhere on the court.
You're not, you have to really crowd him.
Yeah.
Especially the way he's been playing North Laurel.
He can see everybody over the basket for sure. Stallard over in the corner. Dribbles through defenders. Passes to Collins. Collins in the lane. Works it back over to Honeycutt. Pass back to Collins. Into Terry. Terry spins.
And he'll
be fouled. Shot was no good, but Braxton will go back to the free throw line. 47-44 your score. 5 minutes left.
That was on number 2.
Foul will be on Rollins, his first. Team second of the quarter.
We talked about this being a winnable ball game for both of these ball clubs. It doesn't seem like we've played 4 quarters of basketball. First shot up to Braxton Terry is good.
Both teams played a really good game up to this point. And Kanan Gross checking back into the Bobcats for Peyton Collins.
Bigger lineup for the Bobcats with the 5-minute mark here in the fourth quarter. Second shot by Terry is good. Leaded both of those, and
a full timeout by Breathitt County.
Bobcats down 1. We got a quick timeout here in front of us by Coach Honeycutt. We'll take it with them on Bluegrass Sports Nation. We'll be back after this message.
SEC Auto Sales, located at 1557 Highway 15 South in Jackson, is the fastest growing pre-owned dealership in the area. Whether you're looking for a used or new-to-you vehicle, SEC has you covered. Think you can't get finance? Well, think again. They have the best interest rates available, serving all of Eastern Kentucky. Let them show you an easy buying experience. Come on down and see Jeff, Dwayne, and the rest of the gang. Call 606-272-6888 or visit them online at secautosales.com.
Bluegrass Sports Nation bringing you all the coverage here between the Breathitt Bobcats and the North Laurel Jaguars. 46-47 your score. North Laurel up 1 point after the free throws made by Braxton Terry. And we've got exactly 5 minutes on the clock left here in the fourth. Bobcats with a good run there in the third. And they got right back in charge of things up to start the fourth quarter. But the story continues to be for North Laurel, Reese Davidson just all over the court, able to do anything that Coach Valentine and the Jaguars need.
Yeah, he's been outstanding, all game long.
Stepping back, hitting the three-pointer, going to the rim with the fingertip rolls when he needs it. Anything the Jaguars need, Davidson is there at this point.
At this point, Davidson's got 30 points and 9 rebounds. Just a really strong game on his part.
Elza to Noble. Noble back to Elza. Elza dribbles, pass tipped and deflected. Braxton Terry comes up with it. We'll hand it off to Honeycutt. Honeycutt passes it to Spurry. Spurry walks it across the timeline. Good defensive stop that time for the Bobcats to knock away the pass. Austin Spurry directing traffic. Calls for the screen from Gross. Tries to get by him. Loses the ball. Back in hand now. Gets a pass. Gross in the lane. Stops. Fires the jump shot. Austin Spurry, good for 2 points right in the lane. One of his favorite moves after the screen.
Really nice set there by the Bobcats, running him off a stagger screen. Getting an open jump shot in the paint.
Bobcats back with a 1 point lead. Honeycutt working on Davidson. Davidson will pass it off to Elza. Knocked loose by Spurry. Spurry going to be called for the foul. Ball goes out of bounds, and everybody here thought it was all ball.
That'll be Spurry's third.
It's on number 14.
So with 4 minutes and 1 second on the clock, Spurry called for his third foul, and the Jaguars will inbound it from the far side baseline.
Both teams with 2 fouls they scored so far.
Fouls not really been an issue thus far in this game, but we'll see how the next 5 minutes plays out as Reese Davidson steps back and fires another Breathitt Funeral Home three-pointer. The young man we continue to talk about does it again. Steps back behind the arc, fires the three, and he's got 4 of those tonight.
Just giving him that was a wide open look there. He's done proven he can make that.
Spurry chased down, and we got
a timeout.
Tie up on the ball, and we got a timeout by the Bobcats. As Coach Honeycutt wants to talk things over, we'll take a minute, take a break with them, and we'll be back on Bluegrass Sports Nation.
For over 100 years, Buckhorn Children and Family Services has been changing lives across Kentucky, providing compassionate care, healing, and hope to families in need. From addiction treatment to foster care, residential treatment, and more, our programs help families and individuals build strong, healthy futures. Whether it's through evidence-based treatment for children or life-changing support for adults, we're answering God's call to make a lasting impact. Join us in changing lives and restoring hope. Please visit buckhorn.org or send your support to Buckhorn Children and Family Services in Buckhorn, Kentucky. Together, we can build strong, thriving families.
Back at the timeout. 3:30 on the clock here left in this one. The 2025 edition of the UK Healthcare KHSAA Boys Sweet 16, first matchup of today, second day of action. Bobcats will bring the ball across half court, courtesy of Austin Spurry, down 2 points, 50-48. Spurry with it now.
North Laurel opens up the timeout in the zone.
Terry underneath the basket, working against Davidson. Shot taken away. Got his own rebound and went back up and put it in. We've seen Braxton Terry do that a lot this season. That time he did it against Davidson.
Terry, especially this half, the second half, has been an absolute workhorse for the Bobcats.
6 points here in the fourth quarter for Terry. 10 points in the second half. Noble with it for the Jaguars. Hands it off to Davidson. Honeycutt out on him. Honeycutt playing aggressive defense. All the way in the lane was Cole Jervis, and they're going to call another foul, I believe, on Sperry.
It'll be his fourth.
4 fouls on Austin Sperry as Jervis Cole went to the basket. And we got another timeout. We'll take it with them on the floor. We'll be back here from Rupp Arena. Your score 50-50 after.
School day.
Media timeout here on the court with 2:46 on the clock. 50-50 your score. North Laurel and the Bobcats going right down to the wire. David Kyle, we expected this coming into this game. Two teams that match up very well. You know, Davidson really pulling the weight, so to speak, on the offensive side of things for North Laurel. Austin Sperry doing the same thing for the Bobcats. Here in the fourth quarter, Braxton Terry been instrumental for Breathitt County. We'll see how the next 2 minutes and 46 seconds plays out as both folks come out of the timeout.
You're going to have Jervis to shoot 2 free throws out of the break. You know, the big story here is Austin Sperry's foul right there was his fourth, so he has to be. The Bobcats have to be careful with him going down the stretch here defensively.
So stepping to the free throw line for North Laurel is Cole Jervis, the senior point guard at 5'10". 80% free throw shooter on the season. Shot is up and good. First point of the second half for Jervis. Second shot in the air. Rims out. Rebound down to Kanan Gross. Gets it over to Austin Sperry. Sperry will bring it across the half-court stripe. Puts the offense in motion. Looking inside. Comes back out top of the key. Looks to his left, surveys his right. Steps up, over to Honeycutt in the corner. Joe going to bring it back out and dish it to Sperry. 2:20 on the clock. 51-50.
For three.
It's Sperry. Austin Sperry drains the Breathitt Funeral Home three-pointer to put the Bobcats back in front by 2.
Right here, now you got to know where Davidson's at. You got to think this is the point where they're going to get him the ball.
Elza gets it over to Jervis. Jervis working against Stallard. Comes out to Davidson. Honeycutt doing a good job defending Davidson here so far in the second half. Davidson with it out top of the key. Looking for a screen. Trying to get Noble out on him. Tries to get past him. Honeycutt stays in front of him. He fires the three. No good. Austin Sperry with the rebound.
Trying to get one of the Bobcats spread out here with 1:40 to go. Sperry with the ball.
1:35 on the clock. Bobcats with a 2-point lead. Last minute going to be aggressive between these two. Jervis. Over to Elza.
And we've got a timeout, North Laurel.
Coach Valentine will take a timeout. We'll take it with them on Bluegrass Sports Nation. 53-51. Bobcats with a 2-point lead.
Since 1962, Citizens Bank and Trust of Jackson has been proud to serve the community. They care about the people of Breathitt County and are the only locally owned bank in the community. With 2 branches in Jackson and 1 in Beattyville, they're never too far away when you need them. And with the latest innovations in banking, keeping track of your finances has never been easier. Helping to grow Breathitt County as leaders for over 60 years. That's Citizens Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Appalachia's #1 motorsports dealer since 2007, YPK Motorsports is excited to help you experience the fun and adventure a quality off-road vehicle can bring to your life. Now with 5 locations, YPK invites you to see our great selection of ATVs, side-by-sides, dirt bikes, and more. Come visit us in Jackson, Hazard, Haynesville, Ashland, or Pound, or you can always visit us online at ypkmotorsports.com.
We are we're back. Bluegrass Sports Nation, appreciate you fans tuning in. Got 55 seconds on the clock here in the opening matchup today in the UK Healthcare Boys Basketball Sweet 16. The Bobcats and the Jaguars have been right back and forth the whole game. At one point, North Laurel with an 8-point lead. The Bobcats come back, and they have a 2-point lead to start the fourth quarter. And here we are with 55 seconds left. The Bobcats with a 2-point lead. Jaguars will get the ball out of the timeout. We're shooting the free throw?
No.
That's what I thought. That's
Instead of a timeout. Throwing the ball in here. 55.6 seconds.
So, Jordan Rawlings, I was afraid I missed a foul.
No.
Jordan Rawlings getting ready to throw one in right in front of press row for the Jaguars to inbounds. Here come in the front court to Elza.
You got to think this ball's going to go to Reese Davidson.
Yep.
They're trying to high-low the third.
Comes back out, top of the key to Jervis. 42 seconds now on the clock. Stallard guarding Jervis. Ball almost deflected. Comes back to Elza, top of the key. Honeycutt guarding Davidson all over him, doing the best he can. Elza picks up his dribble, goes to Davidson inside. Honeycutt with the foul. Shot doesn't fall. Davidson will go to the free throw line.
28.3 seconds remaining in the contest. Davidson, 2 crucial free throws here for North Laurel Jaguars. Chance to tie the game back up.
Davidson. Joe Honeycutt doing a heck of a job guarding Davidson underneath the basket. Shot does not fall. But Davidson will go to the free throw line with 28.3 on the clock.
And that foul went on. I missed that one for the Bobcats.
Pretty sure it was Honeycutt.
On Honeycutt.
Shot is up. Off the back of the rim. No good.
Right here, Coach Honeycutt begging team, you got to box out. Big rebound here if it comes off. You got to expect probably a North Laurel timeout on the make.
Davidson's second shot in the air. Puts that one in. We'll give the Bobcats a 1-point lead, 53-52. Stallard goes to Sperry. Sperry across the timeline. Gets past the defenders over in the corner. Tries to go baseline. Pass Braxton. Kicks it back out to Honeycutt. 18 seconds. Oh, no. Ball deflected. Davidson comes up with it.
Timeout North Laurel.
Timeout North Laurel. We'll take it with them here on Bluegrass Sports Nation, and we'll be right back after this message.
SEC Auto Sales, located at 1557 Highway 15 South in Jackson, is the fastest growing pre-owned dealership in the area. Whether you're looking for a used or new-to-you vehicle, SEC has you covered. Think you can't get finance? Well, think again. They have the best interest rates available, serving all of Eastern Kentucky. Let them show you an easy buying experience. Come on down and see Jeff, Dwayne, and the rest of the gang. Call 606-272-6888 or visit them online at secautosales.com.
Variety Pizza, located at 1189 Main Street in Jackson, has been family owned and operated for over 45 years, serving the community with fresh, homemade, and handcrafted pizzas, sandwiches, salads, and more. Carry out or stay and enjoy the newly renovated dining areas with private party spaces available. Stop by and see Lee and Al or call 666-5454 for Variety Pizza.
$11 seconds on the clock. 1-point ball game. 53-52. Bobcats with the lead. North Laurel with the basketball. Rawlings will inbound. Kanan Gross in front of him.
Sperry going to pick up Davidson.
Sperry with four fouls. Honeycutt on Elza. There's the horn. Referees waiting on the second buzzer. There it is. And we're ready to try to finish the last 11.7 seconds. Rawlings to Davidson. Davidson brings it across the timeline with Sperry in front of him. Gets past the screen, goes in underneath the basket. He's fouled with 4.6 on the clock. Shots no good.
And that's going to be on Spurrier in his fifth.
That'll be Spurrier's fifth foul of the game. He will go out. Peyton Collins will come in. Reese Davidson will step to the free throw line where he was 1 of 2 at his last trip.
Davidson, 2 big free throws here, and Coach Honeycutt's going to take a timeout if he can get the ref's attention.
Coach Honeycutt takes the timeout. Both teams will go to the bench. We'll take a quick timeout with them. We'll be back on Bluegrass Sports Nation. Back out of the timeout. 3 seconds now on the clock. Reese Davidson will step to the free throw line to either tie it up or put the Jaguars in the lead by 1 point if he hits both of them. Austin Sperry has just fouled out of the game for the Bobcats. 3 seconds, 53-52. Bobcats with a 1 point lead. Reese Davidson. The young man's done it all today. First free throw is good. That'll tie it up 53 all. 4.6 seconds on the clock. Not a lot of time, but enough time for the Bobcats to get down the court on the inbound. Second shot is up, and it's good. That'll put North Laurel up 1 point with 4.6 on the clock.
And timeout North Laurel.
So we'll get another timeout, a 30-second timeout. We'll be back after this message. We're back, Bluegrass Sports Nation, with 4 seconds left on the clock. Bobcats down 1 point, 54-53 to North Laurel. The Jaguars, Reese Davidson steps to the free throw line and hits 2 crucial baskets to put them up 1. Bobcats on the inbound, got to try to get it to the half-court line, David Kyle, before they get fouled.
Yeah, they got fouls to give them. They're probably going to use them.
Stallard will be fouled. So they'll send Stallard. No, they won't send him to the free throw line. They'll foul him.
North Laurel
Bobcats,
still has 1 to give.
Bobcats will inbound it.
Just short of half court.
Burnt a little bit of time off the clock. 2.9, almost 3 seconds on the clock. Got another timeout by Coach Honeycutt. We'll keep it here. We'll say special thanks again to our sponsors. Thanks to all you fans for being with us during all these games at Breathitt Bobcats this season. Thanks to Citizens Bank and Trust, serving the financial needs of Breathitt County. Check out their free CBTJ mobile app, banking right on your device. Also, special thanks to Hazard Community and Technical College, YPK Motorsports, Jackson Electric and Plumbing, Jackson Medical Clinic and Family Health Care, People's Bank of Jackson, Go Time and Steak and Shake, Family Pharmacy, ARH, Variety Pizza, Martin Law Office, Buckhorn Children's and Family Services, and SEC Auto Sales. David Kyle, a crucial moment when Reese Davidson steps to the free throw line. The young man, the trip before that, didn't bother him at all. He stepped to the free throw line. He iced both of those shots and puts the Jaguars up by 1. And now it's just a game of fouls and seconds.
You know, just North Laurel here is going to defend. They got 1 more foul to give. They're probably going to foul. Bobcats got to try to work their way to get a quick shot here. It's 2.9, but about 50 foot from the goal when they throw this in.
We have to get it under the basket, try to get it to the hoop, find somebody open for the shot. Like you mentioned earlier, North Laurel still with 1 foul to give.
I saw Bobcats here. No, just use their last timeout, so they've got to throw it in here too. Looks like Cannon Gross be the inbounder.
Gross set up just shy of the half-court line. And Jordan Rawlings will be in front of him. And he's looking down the court trying to find the open man on the inbound. There's the horn, 2.9 on the clock. The referees check everybody out. Stallard moving now with Davidson underneath the basket. There's the second horn. Gross gets the basketball. Looking, got to find somebody to throw it in. Throws long, taken away by Davidson. And Davidson's going to dribble it down the court, and that will do it. The North Laurel Jaguars are victorious, 54-53 over the Breathitt Bobcats by 1 point. We'll take a quick break, and we'll be here to summarize this one on Bluegrass Sports Nation. We'll be back after this message.
Since 1962, Citizens Bank and Trust of Jackson has been proud to serve the community. They care about the people of Breathitt County and are the only locally owned bank in the community. With 2 branches in Jackson and 1 in Beattyville, they're never too far away when you need them. And with the latest innovations in banking, keeping track of your finances has never been easier. Helping to grow Breathitt County as leaders for over 60 years. That's Citizens Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
At Hazard Community and Technical College, you are more than just a number. With our low faculty to student ratio, you'll get the personal attention and support you need to succeed. Our dedicated faculty is here to guide you every step of the way, helping you reach your goals in a community that cares. Choose HCTC. We'll never underestimate you. Call us at 606-487-3293 to learn more.
Jackson Electric and Plumbing Supply in Jackson, Kentucky is proud to serve Breathitt, Lee, Wolf, Morgan, Owsley, Perry, and Madison counties. Established in 1982 with over 40 years of service to those communities, Jackson Electric and Plumbing Supply can not only meet your electric and plumbing needs, but also heating and cooling, concrete and metal septic tanks, as well as your special orders. Call Scott and the gang today at 606-666-4052.
All right, folks, we're back. Bluegrass Sports Nation bringing you the coverage from the Jaguars and the Bobcats here in this first matchup today. Interesting matchup between these two ball clubs, David Kyle. They match up well on paper all through the season. Maybe these two might have been looked at as a possible contender, but today they showed us why they were the contenders from the 13th and the 14th region. What a matchup between North Laurel and Breathitt County. The Bobcats falling 1 point, 54-53, to a very talented Coach Valentine, Coach North Laurel Jaguar team.
Yeah, played really well. You know, Reese Davidson just, outstanding today. North Laurel kind of, Bobcats had the run. Seemed like North Laurel always had an answer whenever the Bobcats make the run. That third quarter from Breathitt, really outstanding. But, North Laurel just always come back, made plays. Davidson hitting shots, like I said, all 3 levels. From the 3-point line, mid-range, at the goal, kind of do it all.
We're going down to point totals. We'll start out here with the Breathitt Bobcats first. Peyton Collins with 5 points. Aaron Stallard with 4. Braxton Terry with 14 points. Austin Sperry with 22. Kanan Gross with 2 points. And Joe Honeycutt with 9 points. Those are unofficial scores just from my book. And also we'll cut over here and get the North Laurel Jaguars point totals for them going down their list. Elza Cooper. Cooper Elza, my bad, with 9 points. Jordan Rawlings with 4 points. Cole Jervis with 3. Reese Davidson with 36 points. And R.J. Noble with 4. So you can see Davidson pulling the weight of the offense there for North Laurel. And he is our Citizens Bank and Trust of Jackson UK Healthcare Boys Sweet 16 player of the game in this North Laurel Breathitt County matchup. Back and forth. North Laurel pulled out with an 8-point lead there at one point, and the Bobcats wouldn't have anything of it. They came back in the third quarter. They made it interesting. They took a 2-point lead to open up the fourth quarter. And like we talked about, just a matter of North Laurel finding a way to get it done. And most of the time, it was Davidson there to do that for them here producing tonight.
And, Davidson played you can't say enough good things about the way he played. But then, you look back, the seniors, Bobcats, they're going to finish their season here at Rupp Arena. Austin Sperry, just a really, really spectacular career as a Bobcat. Braxton Terry left it on the floor tonight, double-double. Your other seniors, Kanan Gross, Aaron Stallard, I know I'm going to leave a couple guys off. Brantley Campbell, they've all had good careers, 2 state tournament trips, really left their mark on the program.
Valiant effort by the Bobcats, just a hard-fought loss to go down by 1 point. North Laurel will advance on to play tomorrow. I believe that's a 6 o'clock game. Just an exceptional young man and athlete in Reese Davidson, but he's also surrounded by some good athletes. Jervis Cole, those people making that happen. Rawlings, Noble, and also Cooper Elza there most of the night running the point for Coach Valentine. Those guys just doing an exceptional job of finding a way to make things happen and getting it done on defense. They take away a couple passes of the Bobcats, a couple turnovers late, and that's really the difference in the ball game. Reese Davidson going to the free throw line, hitting those foul shots after they got an offensive possession on a defensive takeaway. We talk about the valiant effort of the seniors of the Bobcats. Hats off to them. I think you had Braxton Terry down with a double-double early there in the fourth quarter, already racking up the point totals. Austin Sperry, of course, an exceptional career. Hats off to all those seniors. Hats off to Coach Honeycutt and all of his coaching staff. It's been fun being here at Rupp during this broadcast, this first game of the morning here in the 11 a.m. session. We've got to get out of the way, fans. We appreciate you guys being here with us during this game here on Bluegrass Sports Nation as the Bobcats fall to the North Laurel Jaguars by 1 point. For Matt Hudson, Evan Miller, Brendan Miller, David Kyle Abner, I'm Rob Hounshill. Thanks for being here with us. We'll see you again next time on Bluegrass Sports Nation.